I'm going to do a quick one that I really like because it's a basic construction and I think it's somewhat intuitive. So we're going to do a line, and we're going to do a point not on the line, and we're going to make it perpendicular. So one of the things I like for people to pretend is pretend these dots aren't here. Pretend that this is the only dot you see. So if this was the only dot you saw, you'd be like, well, the only thing I can do is make a circle. So once again, we're trying to make a perpendicular from here. We're trying to go straight up, so this is at a right angle. In fact, let's pretend it's not at a right angle. Let's do it a little sideways. Okay. So I'm trying to make it look at 90 degrees perpendicular. Once again, perpendicular is a word you should know. And so I'm trying to do something that looks like this. But that's not a construction. That's me eyeballing it and doing a pretty good job of it. Okay, so I'm going to undo. So once again, pretend these buttons aren't here. In fact, I'm going to slide them way off the screen so you can hardly see them. Okay, pretend they're not there. Okay, so if you only had a line and a dot, you'd be like, oh, well, the only thing I can do is make a circle. And I guess I need to create an intersection somewhere, so I'm going to create one up here. So once again, circle can be any size. Oh, but now I'm like, oh, I've got two more intersections. What can I do with those two more intersections? Oh, well, I guess I could bisect it from here to here. So let's make another couple circles. So there's my new center. And I go over here. And now I've got a center over here. Let's make one here. And then, oh, look, from here, and my circles are really big now. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. Okay. From here, from this point up through here, it works down here too, but I think it's better if you do it this one. If you're doing this on paper, this will give you a better angle. Down here, they often end up looking bad. So from this point up through this intersection, look over there. That is 90 degrees, and I can actually show it's 90 degrees, but if I can move this thing around, this thing's going to stay 90 degrees no matter where I put it. And let's just double check and make sure it's 90 degrees. So boing, boing, boing. Oh, nice. It even does a little 90 degree mark. I love that. So that's from a line, from a point to a line. And what I think is really intuitive about this is when you first start, back it up, all you have is this point. So the only thing you can do is like, well, I guess I have to draw a circle. And then you start creating other points. And I think it becomes apparent like what you're supposed to do next. You get that point, you make that circle, then you got a new intersection, you make that circle, and then you connect the fish basically, and you get your perpendicular. Okay, let me do a new one here real quick. So we're going to do the reverse of that. We're going to create a line, and here, pretend that just this line is here. I mean, this point. Forget this one out here. Just this point A. Pretend it's the only thing you can see. Pretend this point, if I can make it, that point A is the only thing that exists. So this is where the same thing kind of happens. I'm trying to draw a perpendicular from this point. I want to create something that looks like this is 90 degrees, but I don't want to eyeball it. I want to do it exactly right. So once again, pretend that A is the only thing I saw. Well, I'll be like, well, I guess I have to draw a circle. So I draw a circle, and I guess I'll anchor it right there. And oh, wait, there's another intersection. Well, what else can I do? Now I could drag it back to here. Oops. I could drag it back to here, and that would create a perpendicular between the two of them. But I want to create a perpendicular at point A. I want to do it exactly point A. So let me go a little further. Oh, now this is looking okay. Another intersection. So if I drag back the other way, and I've kind of got the fish here. You can't see the whole thing. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit. I'm going to shrink my original circle down a little bit. And now you can see, oh yeah, from A, there's the fish. I can go from that point down through A or even connect those two, and it's a perpendicular. So I'm going to connect that. I could go through A or I could go through here. It's all the same. And then once again, if we want to double check by measuring it, boing, oops, boing, boing, boing. Got to make those sounds when you do it. And then now this is nice because I can, rotate this around and it's always 90 degrees. And this is with a collapsible compass. This is the way the Greeks did it. This is not, because we've got all these anchor points, we don't need to rely on when I picked my compass up and moved it, did it get bigger or smaller. Okay, that's 5 minutes. It's plenty. Ciao.